In this video, we will discuss some of the most important strategies to score a band 7 or higher in IELTS listening. We will talk about IELTS listening test format, what to do when you get stuck on a question, what to do before the audio begins, how to understand the word limit, how to avoid distractors, how to familiarize yourself with different accents, how to handle map labeling and direction-related questions, what to do while transferring your answers. So this video covers everything you need to know about IELTS listening. And that's not all. You will also get a free PDF of IELTS listening resource material and a free mock test. Let us first get familiarized with the test format of IELTS listening section. The IELTS listening test is the same for both academic and general training exams. It lasts 30 minutes and has 40 questions, divided into 4 sections. The questions get progressively harder as you move through the test. To score a 7, you need to answer around 30 questions correctly. For a score of 8, you need around 35 correct answers. For paper-based exams, you can use your rough sheet to answer. At the end of the test, you will have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. For computer-based exams, you have to answer directly on the screen. You will be provided with only 2 minutes at the end, along with the rough sheet. It is important to note that you will hear each recording only once. So, you need to stay very focused throughout the test. Now, let's start with our discussion on tips and strategies. First, what to do when you get stuck on a question. The biggest danger in the listening test is that you get stuck on a difficult question. And as a result, you miss some of the following easy questions too. If you miss an answer, forget about it and immediately move to the next question. Don't guess the answer at this stage. You can guess any answers during the transfer time given at the end of the examination. Next, tip number 2. What to do before the audio begins. Before you do each part, you will be given 30 to 45 seconds to look at the questions. Use this time wisely to study the questions and try to predict what you might hear and what kind of information you will require. Read the options several times so that you become familiar with the information. This will greatly increase your chances of answering correctly. Now, tip number 3. How to understand the word limit. Pay attention to the number of words you need to write. No more than 2 words means that you may need to write 1 word or 2 words. Tip number 4. How to avoid distractors. For most questions in the listening paper, you will hear 2 or more answers to each question, but only one of them will be correct. The incorrect answers are called distractors. We have already talked about predicting answers earlier. So write down each possible answer and then you can cross out the incorrect answers as you listen, based on the speaker's saying. I know this sounds a little difficult right now, but this strategy can be easily learned with ample practice. Try to give as many mock tests as you can before the final examination. Moving on to tip number 5. How to familiarize yourself with different accents. You will hear native speaker accents from several English-speaking countries in the test. These may include British, American, Canadian, Australian, New Zealand accents. According to the Cambridge Study Guide, a candidate must search online for non-commercial national radio stations in these countries and try to listen to a variety of them. National stations often have talk or current affair programs that can help you practice for IELTS. Tip number 6. How to handle map labeling and direction-related questions. For labeling a map or plan in IELTS, you may need to follow directions or you may hear a description of location. You should study the map and plan carefully before you listen. Having a clear image in your mind will help you understand what you hear. In these types of questions, you may also need to follow directions to locate a place on the map or plan. marking the way directly on the map can be helpful. There may be extra buildings marked on the map, or there might be extra options to confuse you. Be mindful of the audio and try to avoid such distractions. Lastly, tip number 7. What to do while transferring answers. Don't make the silly mistake of transferring the answers incorrectly. A lot of students lose their marks this way. So stay attentive while transferring the answer. Confidence is good, but overconfidence can lead to careless mistakes. If you make a spelling mistake in IELTS listening paper, your answer will be marked wrong. So always check your spellings. A lot of students are under the misconception that you are marked only on the basis of identification of the answer from the audio. However, that's not true. Spelling is a crucial part of your answer. So be mindful while spelling your responses. We hope that we have covered all the important tips and strategies. If you have any doubts or need any help regarding IELTS listening, let us know in the comment section. And don't forget to download the PDF from the link given in the description. Thank you.